Welcome back. In this video, we'll meet a devil and get a free lunch. We'll kill a minotaur, loot a temple, catch up with Volo, and get ready to raid another temple. So we'll head into the Selunite outpost, and at the bottom of these stairs, we will first meet Raphael.
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that, love, was that. They do know how to write them in Cormier, don't they? Well met, I am Raphael. Very much at your service.
Will be pleasant. Pleasure.
Charmed, I'm sure, in more ways than one. We should have a chat, you and I, but not here. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes.
Come.
There, middle of somewhere.
And yeah, we'll compliment the
House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
We're unflappable, so we will grab a plate full of food. You can't beat a free lunch.
Not easily rattled, I see. Good. Makes the next part that much more straightforward. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
And we'll ask why.
Because my compassion is boundless. I stride among the needy, giving comfort where I can. And you're in dire need. One skull, two tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all, like that.
And we'll say that you're mad.
And what is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I've a feeling you'll change your mind before it's changed for you. Try to cure yourself, shop around, beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door. Hope. Such a tease.
And we'll say that we'll have the last laugh in the end.
I've always wondered what a laughing mind flayer sounds like. All those pretty little symptoms, Sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
All right, now we'll head over to the stairs to our left, and then up the stairs, and then directly up the ladder. And as we do, we'll see that there's a minotaur that's going to come and start trying to beat on the doors of the temple. We'll grab our crossbow and aim it at this moonstone and shoot. And then we'll climb back down the ladder and walk over and shoot a minotaur. The Minotaur is mostly going to attack the gate, so we can just shoot until it dies. And we're doing this because they're worth a fair bit of experience at this point in the game. Now we'll head back to the ladder, climb up to the top, and on this skeleton in the center is going to be the key to the rooms in the temple. We'll grab that, head down the other ladder, and go get the waypoint. And we'll send this barrel to our camp as well. And we'll grab Lizelle and head to the temple. And we're just going to grab all the explosives that are in here. Lizelle is strong enough also to leap into this secret room. So you can try to discover there's a door here, but the perception check is missable, but we can just walk in. So we'll grab the explosive barrel, and you can see we failed to see it. And we can just smash this open. It might take a while because we need to do near max damage in order to damage the chest. Or if we want, we can have Asterion pick the lock. And I'm already going to give up on that, so we'll just go ahead and pick this up. And we'll warp back to the outpost. This chest is also trapped, and we didn't notice that. So we'll pick up both chests and select Asterion. And same as before, we'll go ahead and unlock them. Now, because our main character that had guidance has moved, we're going to put the guidance amulet on Asterion before we start. And the possibility of failure is no big deal. We still have more thieves' tools. And we'll grab the contents of the chests. This is going to explode when we open it. or not. Well, hey, clean living.
Repositioning.
And now we're going to loot the rest of the oil barrels.
I will take my pick.
Oil barrels explode for a little more damage than the wine barrels do, and we're going to need that. We're going to send this chest to camp as well. In fact, we can send most of this stuff. We'll sort by type to get the bags at the front, grab all of this, and we'll just send it to the main character. Yeah, picking up barrels is not the most exciting thing. We're going to get to a part of the game where this is no longer required, but in order to defeat the boulette on honor mode, we're going to need some explosives. And another one over here. I think that's all that we need.
No time to rest.
So we'll group the party back up and we're going to head to camp.
Swift as my
And we see that Volo has arrived, and let's catch up with Volo.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much. I was just settling in and reviewing my latest findings. Mind flayers, cultists, and, of course, your esteemed company.
We'll ask what he knows.
Why, I'm practically an expert. They've tentacles, you know? Quite shocking. The druid Halson had some kind of mind flare specimen in a jar in his quarters. A replica, no doubt, but truly fascinating to see up close.
We'll say that we fought one.
Here, on the Sword Coast. Impossible.
We'll say that not only have we fought one, we've killed one.
That can't be.
And then we can say that we were captured.
You're mad. But, tell me, have you noticed any residual psionic malaise since the alleged encounter?
And we'll say that we have a parasite.
That's quite impossible. You'd have undergone ceramorphosis by now.
And we'll ask to learn more.
I can't attest to the specifics, but I do know that not long after insertion, the host, that's you, turns into a mind flayer. As there's not a tentacle on your head, I can only assume you haven't been infected.
So we'll say that if only your disbelief could alter facts.
If what you say were true, you'd be a mind flayer by now. You? Infected by a mind flare? Huh, ridiculous. Isn't it?
So we'll ask to be examined.
Perhaps that's for the best. I'd be irresponsible not to debunk such a strange claim. If I just tear in your eye, I could quickly... Oh, dear sweet gods!
So we'll say that we want rid of it by any means.
If we managed it, we'd have a specimen of incredible rarity on our hands. I'll need to research the particulars, however. Give me a bit of time, and I'll have this little issue sorted.
This sets us up for Volo's eye removal and Erstad's eye replacement quest. We're not going to do that until much later. Volo is one of the most valuable vendors that you can have in the game while he's in your camp. You can pickpocket him repeatedly, and he, while he runs away, he will always come back and never lose attitude towards you permanently. So we won't actually do the eye removal quest until about the point in time Volo would leave our camp regardless. In the meantime, though, we're going to swap out Lizelle and pick up Gale. And no, since we're level 3, Withers is in our camp, even though we've not been to free him yet. So let's chat with Gale, who's going to tell us that he has a problem.
Spare me a moment, if you please. I've something important to discuss with you. We've been traveling together for a while now, and it's just about time that I shared something with you. It's a rather personal matter that I'd prefer to keep quiet, but needs must when the devil drives. I have no choice but to speak. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
And we'll say what kind of condition.
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
And we'll choose option 1.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It is time, and by that I mean it's imperative that I find and consume strands of weave at the earliest possible juncture.
And we'll ask where we can find this with option 1.
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
And we'll choose option 1.
Splendid. Bit of boldness will serve us well. As luck would have it, you're already primed to give me exactly what I need.
And we'll give Gale a magic artifact. And we're going to choose the jagged spear that we picked up by the prisoner. I mean, you can see that this item is not very good for us. We don't need something that provides disadvantage to people that are being tortured.
Thank you. That hit the spot. I can feel it work. The magic, it's like a lullaby that sings to sleep the demon inside. A metaphorical demon, I haste to point out, but no less dangerous. And no less bound to wake up again to continue its ravages. Such is the nature of all monsters.
So we'll say that we're glad he's feeling better.
Oh, it's not so bad once you get used to it. And, on the plus side, my tower in Waterdeep has never been so free of clutter. Sincerely, though, I understand I ask a lot from you with few answers in return. But in time, all will be told.
And we'll say don't mention it.
My lady, I bow to your boundless kindness.
And then we'll talk to Gale
Go ahead, I'm listening.
and ask him to join us.
Oh, nothing would give me greater pleasure. Which of our esteemed company am I stepping in for?
And we'll choose Lizelle.
Magical. So, shall we?
All right, and we'll level up Gale. To level 3. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at our portent dice. So these allow us, while we're in combat, to change our own or enemy dice rolls. And for our strategy for the bullet, we're going to need a number that is 7 or less. So before we level up Gale, we'll just go ahead and rebuild, because every time we retrain, it will generate a new set of portent dice. So we'll talk to Withers.
Another. Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
And we'll ask what kind of services.
A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
And we'll say that what is the cost?
A matter of coin.
And we'll choose option 3 to change our class.
Thou desire.
We're not actually going to change the class though, so we're just going to hit confirm as Gale was when we picked him up, because you may not need to do this. You might have gotten a number that was 7 or less to start with. Then we'll level to 2. Again, choosing Divination, and again choosing Enhanced Leap and Magic Missile. And rather than level to 3, we'll exit out and see if we have the numbers we're looking for. Portent die 8, so close, but not quite. So rather than build up a giant amount of debt with Withers, we'll go ahead and bring Asterion back to our camp. And we can rob Withers just like we can rob Volo as much as we'd like. Withers doesn't care and will never get upset. So we'll cast Guidance, crouch, and pickpocket. And if we fail, we'll just do it again. There we go. We'll switch back to Gale and try again.
Not this one, nor this one, and this one are less worthy still.
We'll ask what he's doing.
Righting the balance. Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
And this is just about hiring additional folks if you need them. We're going to ask to change the class again.
As thou desire.
And same as before, we'll just hit confirm. Choose Divination, Enhanced Leap, Magic Missile, and let's see what we've got for Portent. There we go. That's what we're looking for, and we can go ahead and finish leveling up. For our second level spells, we're going to choose Invisibility and Knock. And for our preparations, we're going to get rid of our spells. We're going to choose Magic Missile, Leap, Sleep, Thunder Wave, Fog Cloud, and Grease. All right, now that we've got our group set up, we're going to do a little bit of equipping because we're going to be going into a fight soon. Basically, what we want to do here is make sure that everybody in our party has got weapons in hand. We'll go Shadowheart axes, Asterion can use short swords, and our main character can use scimitars. And we'll give Gale a shield. And re-equip our guidance amulet on the main character. And from here, we're going to go in the next video to raid another ancient temple. I will see you there.